Alright, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, ES continued to hold above yesterday's micro bull bear zone, above the 36 area, and then broke out to another all-time high. And at this point, on any pullbacks, we can't consider long setups. We're using 36 half to 38 half as the micro bull bear zone, and then we have pre-market support at 40 to 40 half. Ideally, ES holds above 40 to 40 half for upside continuation. And that's really the main question that we're going to be answering right off the open, is whether ES has enough strength and momentum to continue heading higher. And if the context in real time looks okay, rising internals, tick holding above zero, or at least spending majority of its time above zero, then we could just continue printing new highs because there really isn't any hard resistance up here, right? So we could quite easily go up to the 49 quarter to 51 quarter zone, and even at that area, it's more of an area to take profit. We could get some rotation there, but on the short side, as I mentioned yesterday, since ES is making all-time highs, we have to spot a setup in real time in order to take a short. There is no automatic fade zone up here as far as the short side goes. ES could continue pushing higher to 49 quarter to 51 quarter, maybe even up to 54.75 to 56.75. Lately, we are seeing, once we're running above average volume, we are seeing 15 to 20 point ranges. So, keep that stuff in mind. That, if we're opening around 43 and let's say we only pull back to about 40, 40 half and then continue higher, we could be looking at the 54.75 to 56.75 zone as an area that has potential to get tested today on the upside. Now, because ES is balanced in this 36 to 38 range, and spent a lot of time there and built a lot of volume there, we have the micro bull bear zone right over there as well. So now, in the event that we break below that area, we could get short-term long liquidation down to the 26 quarter to 28 quarter initial support zone. We have an open gap at 27.75, and in the event that a downside scenario plays out, that zone would be the primary target on the downside. And given the bigger picture bullish context, we can still expect responsive buyers to be active at every support zone on the way down. So, in the event that ES opens and we kind of just chop around and then fail to make new highs and start heading lower, in the event that we break below 36 half to 38 half, that's where that liquidation scenario could trigger, and we go down to initial support. We can still get a bounce off of that zone and potentially even cap the downside at that zone, depending on kind of how the momentum looks and how the volume looks at the time. But the first test of that zone will probably result in something like at least a 3 to 5 point bounce, maybe more. In the event that we head lower to 20.75 to 22.75, that would be quite stretched on the downside, and the zone has potential to shut off the selling. And again, because the bigger picture is bullish, we can expect responsive buyers to be active pretty much at every support zone on the way down. So first test of every zone, we expect edge on the long side. Right now, the way the market's shaping up, it looks like we're just going to continue higher, and that's why that's the primary scenario that we're going to focus on. So as long as ES holds above 36 half to 38 half, we're going to give edge to the buyers, and we're only going to shift our view once we actually get a break of that zone, or in real time it looks very likely that the zone will break. So if the internals are just tanking and heading lower, tick holding below zero, very negative price action, that kind of stuff. So if that's the case, then perhaps we might get involved a little bit earlier to try to get good trade location and better reward to risk. But the safe way is to let the market tip its hand, show you that now sellers are gaining some control, and wait for that break of 36 half to 38 half before initiating any shorts. because first test of that micro bull bear zone could quite easily result in a bounce or at least result in some chop, and you don't want to really sit through that or get involved and then get stopped out prematurely, and then the move finally happens. So those are our main ideas heading into the open. Let's see how well we hold up above 40 to 40 half. Holding above that zone would tell us that buyers are in firm control, and we could be heading up to the 49 quarter to 51 quarter. Again, that is the primary scenario right now, and we'll keep focus on that until the market shows us something different.